Hey, this is Mark Van Gelder of SubvertGov. Today I wanted to talk about a thing that I saw from the Being Liberal page of Facebook. Again, I'm not a really big fan of being liberal anymore. I used to be back when I was sort of a liberal, but these guys are just like, oh, these guys make no sense. Just their love of Obama. It's like they don't report anything he's doing that's bad. That's hypocrisy. And so, in that regard, fuck you being liberal. But they posted a picture saying it's not Muslims versus Jews, Egypt versus Israel, USA versus terrorism, capitalism versus Islamism, oil versus wind, Tibet versus China, Apple versus Microsoft, BMW versus Mercedes, Real Madrid versus Barca, PS3 versus Xbox, or rap versus rock. And it's not even religion versus philosophy, science versus politic, men versus women, poor versus rich, master versus slave, sickness versus health, truth versus lies, war versus peace, bad versus good, us versus or them versus us. It's just profit versus humanity. It's like, oh God, I wish that people understood what the idea of profit is. Now, I want to say that capitalism, in a sense, when people say that it thrives off profit, that is true. I mean, it does thrive off profit. Um, so people work in their own natural best interest to achieve profit. Now, the question is, what is profit? Right? Because this is sort of the linchpin of what it means to be a capitalist, is to have a society based on profit. Um, you can say that if two people are undergoing any kind of transaction, as long as both people are satisfied, then that's profit on both sides. Uh, Stefan Molyneux, a while back, he did a video talking about how the beauty of capitalism is you have a guy with an Xbox and a guy with $200, and the guy with the Xbox wants the $200 more than he wants the Xbox, and vice versa. And so there's an exchange that happens, and in that exchange, two people are walk away happy, satisfied. They both benefited. They both profited. Okay, profit in the way that this is being labeled is nothing more than the corporate and the banking control of the economy. This is not what we have right now is not capitalism. It's called corporatism. And with this corporatism, we have corporations funding the government and telling the government which laws to pass. And inevitably, like, look what happened. Oh, the health insurance industry has told the government, hey, you know what? We want everybody to have to buy health insurance. And the government said, yes, Mr. You know, Aflac or whatever. Yes, just do it. Let's make everybody buy shit they don't want. That is not profit. That is exploitation. That is exploitation. What the health insurance companies are going to be doing to you is called exploitation. And it would not have happened had it not been for governments. The government is what created this exploitation, and the government is what's going to finance it. It's going to use the power of violence, which now admits it has IRS agents that they're going to hire, like like tens of thousands of IRS agents. And the reason why they're hiring them is because they know when it comes time for Obamacare, there are going to be a significant number of people that are not going to comply and they're not going to buy health insurance. And when they do that, the government will be able to see who they are, and they'll be able to tax you heavily, penalize you heavily for just not wanting to pay for something that you don't feel you would benefit from. And like I said, the whole Obamacare thing is exploitation, plain and simple. Profit is not involved with the forced transfer of one person's money to a specific group of companies. And that's exactly what taxation is. Because if they're not going to stick you one way, they're going to stick you the other way. So taxation is theft. I mean, I do not feel I benefit from the exchange of money from me to the government. And so therefore I am not profiting from the government. The government is definitely profiting off me because he's very satisfied. He's very satisfied with the transaction that happened. I gave up my money and I didn't put up too much of a fuss. But when the government stops profiting from a situation where Now this guy's not paying his money that we take out of him every year, and this guy, refuses to pay taxes because he doesn't feel he benefits from any of this. It's like the violence of the state will be wrought upon the American people. And I think it may in fact be healthcare related that could start the Second American Revolution. It's either that or it's gun control, and it might end up happening around the same time. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks a lot. Just wanted to say profit. There's a better definition for it, one that I came up with, and you're free to use it and whatever. I don't care. I just thought it was a nice term, and if you believe in profit and the world has to operate on profit, you would have to inevitably be a capitalist. I would consider myself a capitalist, even though the kind of society that I want to live in is one in which, I just want people to basically live together in the commune, and, nobody owns anything, people, trade, and et cetera, et cetera, like just to try it out, see if it's as a social experiment. But I don't want the government to be controlling it, because that's exactly what happened to the fucking Marxists. As soon as government comes in and tries to create that, this is for all of you liberals who like the idea of just being nice to them and sharing, right? For those of you that think that we need government to get us there, it's not going to work. Government is inevitably violent, and even no matter how nice it sounds, it inevitably is funded by taxes, and taxes are theft. Plain and simple. Just theft. So, thanks again. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.